Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Zach, but you guys can call me Hazardous. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel, and welcome back to another Red Dead Redemption 2 video here on the channel today. And in today's Red Dead Redemption 2 video, this is the episode number 2 of my Hazard Q&A series for Red Dead Redemption 2, where I answer your guys' questions in this video. It's all related to Red Dead Redemption 2. 2 weeks ago, I made my first Q&A video, and then last week I did a collab with iRu399 and Red Dead 2 videos, and you guys love that. So that series will be returning as well this weekend, but I also want to get this Q&A video out for you guys because I figured I should do both in the video. You know, with the collabs that I do with Red Dead 2 videos and iRu399 and hopefully future people in the future, that's more of just like conversation and dialogue back and forth, and you know, we'll get into fans' questions and comments as well. But this Q&A series is dedicated to you guys, the fans. So thank you so much for all your support. Let's jump into this. If you guys want to have your questions answered in the next week's Q&A video, all you need to do is drop a comment on this video using hashtag HazardQA, or follow me on Twitter, and I'm going to post about it next week as well, and just use the hashtag on Twitter, HazardQA, hashtag HazardQA, to be able to ask your question and get your question featured. So first, I'm going to answer the Twitter questions that I received for this week, and then I'm going to get into YouTube. I'm going to be answering 9 questions in this video for you all. Without further ado, let's get this started. So Tyler T69 says, for those who pre-order Red Dead 2 and get the Warhorse, once the horse is dead, do you think we'll permanently lose it? It's the Warhorse, a horse that can't be found, so are we going to permanently lose that pre-order bonus for that playthrough? Love the first collab. Well, thank you, Tyler. And the answer, I think, honestly, is no. We're not going to permanently lose the horse. However, I do think that if your horse gets shot, you will need to call it somehow. That feature is unclear in the game. It seems like when you lose a horse in this game, Arthur Morgan develops a bond with it, and so if you lose that horse, you lose essentially like the bond you had with it, right? And so you can call a new horse, you could buy a new horse, but it's going to be a fresh horse for your character, and you're not going to have that bond. So maybe during gunfire, it may try and buck you off and get scared and run away or something like that. I think that'll be rare, but specifically for this pre-order bonus, I think it's just the type of thing is you got to return to the shopkeeper, or you got to return to your camp and to wherever you can, or however, I guess, you can choose your horse or your mount before you go out on more missions or just to explore. You can choose the Warhorse, and I think it's going to be like that for every single horse breed. I think you're going to have a specific horse that bonds with you, one horse per horse breed. So essentially, if you can build up a rapport and relationship with a bunch of different horse breeds, and that horse, each of those will like you. If it dies, you just got to go back to your place and call it back. But until you build up a relationship with every single horse breed and max it out, kind of like skills in GTA 5, I don't think that, you know, you won't permanently lose any horses or anything like that, no. So don't worry, your pre-order bonus is safe. The next question comes from Gaming903. He says, what about your hat that comes with a Nuevo Paraiso gunslinger outfit? If someone shoots it off your head and you didn't pick it up, could you lose it too? So no, I don't think you lose those things permanently. There has to be a way to get them back. Maybe you have to buy them again. And that's pretty much what's going to happen. They mentioned that Arthur Morgan can have his hat shot off in Red Dead Redemption 2. And if that's the case, if you ride away into the sunset on your horse and don't pick that hat up, you'll have to re-equip it in the future. It won't just spawn back on your head. And I think that's going to be the same thing with this with the Nuevo Paraiso Gunslinger Outfits hat. You just need to get off your horse and pick it back up. Great question, Gaming903. So the last Red Dead Redemption 2 question was on Twitter was asked by XKill61, and he says, I wonder how far they're going to go with herding and farming. Are we going to be able to own some land and before winter sell our cattle or something? So that's interesting. That's an interesting question. I don't have an answer for you guys, but I know farming and herding is a part of the game. We had farming in Red Dead Redemption 1, but we didn't have, or I'm sorry, we had herding in Red Dead Redemption 1, but we didn't have farming. And obviously I think farming is going to be in this game. Now, it's not going to be as advanced and as detailed and intricate as Farming Simulator is, if you guys have heard or played that game, but I think we're going to be able to choose things like the layout of our land, where to put different veggies and animals, and we're going to be able to choose the animals we want on the land. We're going to be able to like water the plants, we're going to be able to sell cattle, etc. for money. That could be like one of the business DLCs in online. Maybe we could do like a bulk sell before winter in the game. So I think it'll be pretty advanced, but I don't think it'll be something like, it won't be a huge feature of the game like in Farming Simulator. So now moving on to the YouTube questions, we got Rogelio Duran. I hope I didn't butcher your name, and if I did, I apologize, but he says, you think there will be peyote plants? And if you guys don't know what those are, they're little plants that are in GTA 5, and they're also plants in real life as well, but just to make a comparison here, in GTA 5 you could take them and your character turns into like Sasquatch or a shark or an octopus or an alien and things like that. You just start tripping out on peyote plants, right? And so I think there will be something similar in Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't think there'll be peyote plants, but perhaps we can grow our own cannabis, marijuana, weed, pot, whatever you guys want to call it. We could probably grow our own drugs or poppy seeds to make opium and heroin and things like that. Heroin wasn't really a thing back then, but you know, we can make like opium tinctures essentially. I think we'll be able to do things like that, and I think there will be some type of like a wild magic mushroom in the forest that you could take and start to trip out. But great question. The next question on YouTube comes from Mr. Whack-as-Crack, and he says, are you hoping that a lot of the single player features will be in online free roam? It'll be more realistic and it will make people think about what weapons they need to carry on them before a shootout. Also, it'll bring friends and crews together a little bit more. They'll understand the frustration of having to bond with a new horse, and so therefore you and friends will protect each other a bit more. So that's a good question, man. I do hope that a lot of the single player features return in Red Dead Redemption 2 online free roam. One of them is like gang hideouts and banks and heists and things like that. But I think how we need our bond with the horse, that will return in RDR2 online. I guess maybe that is what I meant by, you know, you can make a bond with each horse breed and not necessarily a specific horse. That'll provide more of a challenge in single player, but it would be kind of annoying in multiplayer if every time someone shoots your horse, you lose all your progress with that horse essentially. So maybe they'll do it by horse breed and you can have a bunch in storage and things like that. But I do hope a lot of single player features return to Red Dead Redemption 2 online. Thanks for asking that question. Mark Siofi, he asks, how far do you think the character customization will go for single player? And I think it will go pretty far. We won't be able to change Arthur Morgan's facial features besides adding a beard to him or allowing him to grow out a beard, I mean. But we'll be able to change his clothes, we'll be able to change his shirts, his pants, his boots, if he wants gloves, his holsters, his bandanas, his weapon bandoliers, all that type of stuff. We'll be able to add facial hair to him, maybe even glasses and things like that. But I don't think we'll be able to change his actual facial features themselves, if you get what I'm saying. But thank you for asking that question. Moving on to question number 7, Jerry Harris asks, how do you think NPC interactions will flow? I don't want to have to stop constantly to read dialogue just to make decisions. That takes away from the open world immersion. Why I really didn't get involved in Witcher 3. Like Red Dead Redemption. So I don't think for every time you need to make a mission or start a mission or just talk to people, you need to go up to them and engage in one of those Skyrim or Bethesda type of interactions where you could choose to like just be nice or be mean to them and they have different reaction. I think that will be in the game, but to, you know, Rockstar's going to put their own spin on that. It's not going to be so boring and dry. I think what they meant by advanced NPCs and having to like talk to people to get missions is that you'll need to approach them and like do something for them, or maybe it spawns a cutscene, but it's not just the type of thing, you know, because now they don't have cell phones, so someone can't just call you and be like, hey, I need you to do this for me. It'll be the type of thing is the missions are going to be up to you. If you just hang around your house all day and hunt animals, no one's going to bother you to start a mission. But if you go out and seek someone, they will be like, hey partner, like I saw you, you know, ride past that cliff the other day. My friend went up in those hills and disappeared. They said bandits got him, like you need to go find him or something like that. I'm sure something like that will happen, but it's not necessarily to the extent of a Bethesda game where you can just either be threatening or be nice to someone and a mission will evolve in that sense. So great question, Jerry Harris. The 8th question was asked by Mario Amor. He says, will Red Dead Redemption 2 have Euphoria physics? And I think so. I mean, I want to say it does. I hope it does. I think I can speak for everyone in this sense, is that everyone hopes it has Euphoria physics. But it's unknown at this point. Rockstar hasn't confirmed anything. The only thing we saw in a Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer was in trailer number 3 for RDR2, when the guy was shot or like pushed off of the stagecoach or buggy, and you saw him just slide across the glass. Now everyone's kind of joking that it was slippery grass and things like that. But, you know, that's concerning because in GTA 4 and Red Dead Redemption, if you fell off something, like if you jumped off your horse or if you jumped out of a car, you'd see your guy ragdoll and start bouncing all over the road and dirt path and things like that. Especially in Red Dead Redemption, if you shot someone, you'd see them stumble where they got shot. And I really hope those features return It should be because we're playing on the new generation of consoles. I know it's been the current generation for the past 5 years now, almost. When this game comes out, Xbox One and PS4 will be the current generation of consoles for 5 years, which is insane. So they should have those physics on there. They should be able to implement it just like they were on the older consoles, but who knows if the hardware of these consoles are able to keep up with how much memory and how much processing power the game's requests for the Euphoria physics actually take up. You know, I don't know what else Euphoria is in. It's surprising they still have a Euphoria system, yet if games on these consoles can't run them, what games are using them? I guess PC-only games or something like that. But great question, Mario. The 9th question comes from Martin Robles. He says, one last question. Now I know it's a long shot, but maybe there's a chance that the map we can extend to the Mexican side of the border. And I answered this in another video talking about Red Dead Redemption 2 taking place in Mexico, and there's 2 pre-order bonuses for the special and ultimate edition of Red Dead Redemption 2 that talks about gang hideouts and also a Del Lobos gang in Mexico and the Nuevo Paraiso gunslinger outfit. So there are Mexican themed pre-order bonuses and special edition bonuses in Red Dead Redemption 2. So perhaps we're going to be able to play on the whole Red Dead Redemption 1 map, including the leaked map for Red Dead Redemption 2 that was leaked on Reddit and the GTA forums and things like that. So that would be great if we can play in Mexico, and if we end up actually being able to play in Mexico, but nothing's confirmed at this moment. We just have some little hints and leaks and some speculation to talk about. But that does it for this week's Red Dead Redemption 2 question and answer. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Every single week I make these types of videos, and I upload daily Red Dead Redemption 2 content here on my channel. Stay tuned this weekend as well on the channel, because Iru399 and Red Dead 2 videos and I will be collabing again for like another big Squadcast podcast talking about Red Dead Redemption 2. So it's going to be sweet. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Drop your questions in the comment section on this video, and I highly recommend you guys follow me on Twitter as well, because if you tweet me using the hashtag HazardQA, you will be featured in next week's video first. I answer the YouTube comments second. I answer the Twitter questions first. So definitely make sure you go and do that. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you all in the next Red Dead Redemption 2 video. Adios, amigos.